I quit school when I was in the 10th grade. My mother and father left me standing on a street corner, and so it was up to me to make it. And I had a job working at a Shell filling station. And I went to the owner and I told him my situation. And I was making $1 an hour, and I asked him if I could work more hours. And so I began working 90 hours a week. And during that time, as I've said before, my home was the back of an old car. And I took my baths in a filling station restroom. And I washed my clothes, my private clothes, in the sink. And once in a while, when I was really hungry, I would go to the grocery store and snitch an apple or an orange. And I'm convinced that the owner of the grocery store knew what I was doing, because it was about a half a block away from where I worked, and he knew me. And after I'd worked 90 hours a week for a long time, I went into the service. I was 17. In the service, I taught myself to read and write. The first book I picked up was a book written by Lewis Lamore and had 196 pages in it. I'll never forget it. And I will tell you now, it took me almost 3 weeks to read 196 pages. But I read, and I continued to read. And in several months, I was reading 2 and 3 books at a time. As I went on and I got out of the service, I had begun to write and educate myself. I have been successful, not tremendously successful, but I have a decent retirement. I live with my lovely wife. I've had financial problems. Everyone has those. But you can't stop. You can't quit. You can't say, I'm a failure. You're not a failure. You're not. You're a wonderful, strong, intelligent youngster. Take advantage of that. Trust in God. Trust in yourself. Let me give you an example. I've had a couple of businesses. They weren't tremendously successful, but they were successful. I've written books. I have presently probably 13 or 14 books in a publication. So you can do it. I did it. You know, this world today is tough. It's tough for young people. Unemployment at that time was very high. On the other hand, in the 50s, you could go into a corporation and ask for a job and get it. Regardless of what's happening in the world today, you have opportunity. And don't you believe for one single minute what they say in the media. Young people, without you, this world is nothing. You are the backbone of this world. You are the future leaders of this world. You are the ones that see the greed of the people that are running it now. You are the ones that must save the oceans. You are the ones that must save the air. We need you. We need your minds. We need your hearts. We need your lives. We need your love. You don't have to have a doctorate or a PhD or a master's degree. You have to have an inner will to get things done. You have to have a desire, and I know the desire is there. So I'm going to close this now, but I just wanted you to know that people like me, old people, we understand. And as old as I am, I would pick up my cane